Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm talking about the new GMC Hummer electric version. Now in the past I did a video, it's been a couple months now, where I did a pre-order or reservation for the new Rivian the R1S, which is the SUV version of the Rivian. They have a truck version that's kind of coming out now. It's being delivered, but the SUV was kind of what I was most interested in because it's a really great competitor to the Tesla Model X, which I had and I liked, but I thought the Rivian was kind of a better value. So I have an order for that. The problem with that is the Rivian is going to be so far out into the future that I don't even know when I could even expect to see that. So I think the GMC Hummer EV, which is their new electric version of the Hummer, that's coming out and it's being delivered. There's actually versions, which is kind of the truck version of the Hummer, and then they have the SUV version. There's two versions. I'm interested in the SUV version because the truck version really isn't that practical, not much of a truck bed on it. I really like the look of the SUV version, so that's the one I want to place an order for. So the reason why I'm choosing the GMC Hummer version, and I'm still going to have my Rivian reservation. I also have my Tesla Cybertruck reservation as well. The reason I want to place a pre-order or place a reservation for the GMC Hummer EV is, one, I think it looks awesome. I think most people will agree that GMC Hummer EV looks awesome. GMC's done a fantastic job with kind of reviving the Hummer brand, bringing it back. I always liked how the first generation, the H1 Hummer looked. That always looked awesome. And then when the H2 came out back in the day, I thought that was a really cool looking vehicle. I wasn't really a fan of the H3 that they came out with as a more compact, smaller version, but now they've come out with this EV version. They've kind of revitalized the brand, made this electric vehicle around the Hummer platform, and the Hummer name really looks awesome. And with those that have been delivered recently, they've had a few deliveries of the new Hummer, which is the bed version, kind of the truck version. It has a bed in the back. With that being delivered, I've seen some reviews of this thing and shots of the interior and the exterior. The thing looks awesome. I love the look of this thing. So the reason I think that a reservation would be prudent is because, one, is they're starting deliveries of these things. We're starting to see these. The Rivian SUV, who knows when? It could be 5 to 7 years easily on that truck. Also, with the Tesla Cybertruck, if you don't completely option your Cybertruck with the highest trim possible and the $12,000 full self-driving option, you're not going to see your Cybertruck for many years to come. To give you an example, if you guys have been following the channel for a while, I have a reservation right now for an order for a Tesla Model Y long range. So it's not the performance, it's the long range version. It does not have the full self-driving package. So it's kind of the cheaper version of the car. It's still a $62,000 car, which, is nothing. It's still quite a bit of money. But the fact that I didn't add full self-driving, it's not the performance, it is not a priority for Tesla. I ordered it in August of 21. It's now May of 2022. It's been over 8 months that I've waited for this car. It's still not going to come here. And the fact that they won't deliver it to me probably until I add the full self-driving is really kind of an extortion play where, if you add certain options, then they'll deliver the car to you sooner. And so I really don't like that fact. The fact with the GMC Hummer, what they're doing with that is they have different tiers, different versions of that. The launch or the version 1, they've actually sold that out. And so now I could get a reservation for the second generation or the second tier down, and it's a little bit cheaper, but I'd have to probably wait a little bit longer. But the fact that they have the reservations are full really shows that they're kind of prioritizing. They're prioritizing the higher trim version first and the more expensive version first, but there's a limit on how many they're taking, and then they tier you down to the next level. So at least you know that they're not taking unlimited orders that they'll never be able to fill, kind of like the Tesla Cybertruck, which they have over 1 million reservations for the Tesla Cybertruck, many of which are probably never going to get filled. And if you're going with the base level with no full self-driving, and when they first advertised it, there was just a rear-wheel version for $39,000. That is not going to happen. If that's the truck that you're trying to get, it's never going to happen. You'll have to add full self-driving. You'll have to upgrade it, and it'll be 7 years before you even see that truck, which is crazy. So I think GMC really has a good system where they have different levels and they have reservations, only a certain number of placeholders in that reservation system, and then you can, you know, place your order. You can even get on a waiting list if someone backs out of the in the first round of orders. If they back out, I could go into there. So I want to place an order for that. I want to go on the website here and let's dive into the build, because this thing, not only does this thing look awesome, but the stats on this are pretty impressive. The 0 to 60, 300-mile range. The interior of this thing just looks fantastic. The exterior, what they're doing with the exterior, these the wheels, the tire combination, the colors, the shape, man, I think they really hit this thing out of the park as far as what they're doing on the aesthetics of this vehicle. All right, guys, so here we're on the GMC website. This is under the Hummer EV version, and this is where we just kind of go through. It gives you some basic information. There are some really cool stats here, some cool video of the vehicle driving around. The cool thing here, if you see this crab walk is something that looks like it's super cool, where all four wheels will move in one direction. It can move diagonally around obstacles. There's an extract mode. There's a power swing gate on the SUV. Check out some of these stats here. 1,000 horsepower on the pickup, 830 horsepower on the SUV. The cool thing is 11,500 pound-feet of torque available. And then here's the range over here on the right, 350 miles. The pickup, the SUV is 300 plus miles. So here's where you can kind of go through some information. The infinity roof, the modular roof with the like sunroofs that can be removed, Super Cruise, all really cool options on this thing. Check it out here. Here's just kind of a side profile. I love the look. You know, the SUV looks pretty cool. This really looks a lot like, you know, this the truck version. It has a lot of similarities to the R1T, the Rivian R1T truck, which kind of has just that small bed back there. But the SUV, something about the way they've styled that SUV just looks awesome. I really love the look of the SUV more than the pickup, and that's why I would do a reservation for that one. So let's go reserve SUV. Steps to reserving your Hummer. Okay, so first want to choose your trim. Okay, so here's the different trims here. This is kind of, I was talking about the different tier levels. So Hummer EV Edition 1, that's kind of the initial or premier edition. Reservations are full for that one. So I could reserve a Hummer EV 3X. 3 motors, 300 horsepower, or no, 300 miles of range, 830 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. That's awesome. They at least have some estimated time frames under which they're going to deliver these. So it's looking like 2023 is when they're going to start. Early 2023 for the SUV Edition 1, spring of 23 for the 2X. Really, I think by the time you option a Tesla Cybertruck, you're going to be up in that range anyways, if you're ever going to get it anytime soon. Okay, I select my dealer. All right, here I'm just going to put my info in here. All right, so on this page here, they're just asking you to put your information in. You put in your credit card information, and you just confirm your name, address, and then I'm going to put down here first edition wait list. So then down here at the bottom, you have to click saying you agree to these terms. Thank you for your reservation request, just saying it's been submitted. Now my dealer will reach out to me when the order is available. So when I can start building and configuring it, they'll reach out to me. So you know, you have a dealership you work through. So I'm working through my local dealer. I just bought a Yukon from them, GMC Yukon. So I'm pretty familiar with the guys there, so they were good to work with. So we'll see how it works out, or when they contact me. I'll kind of keep you guys updated. But reservation is pretty simple. I know I'm kind of late to the game as far as, you know, timing on this. They've been taking orders for these for a while, but I'm pretty excited about this vehicle. I think it'll be a cool vehicle. All right, guys. So that was the order process. The reservation process is really simple for that. You just pay it and submit it, and your dealer will contact you. So, like I was saying, it'll be interesting to see if GM can kind of stick to their estimated time frame of, you know, early spring, late 2023 to start bringing these EV Hummers out. They've been delivering the truck version this year. the interesting part too is that there's been a lot of people that have taken delivery of the truck, and the resale value on those is almost double what they're costing, which is crazy. So because they're just so rare, they're so scarce right now that, you know, if you had a reservation for an early one and you took delivery of it, it's doubled in value, which is pretty crazy. So the demand, I think, is there for these, and it'll be interesting to see how how Tesla responds to this, because, you know, they got all of us excited about these off-road vehicles, like an off-road vehicle. They got us all excited about this Cybertruck that they came out in, like, what was it, November 2019 when they announced that. We're May 2022, and they haven't even started. Like, they have a prototype still. That's all they have is a prototype, and they have 1.2 million pre-orders or reservations for this thing, and who knows what's going to happen with this thing. Yeah, they just opened up their Texas factory that's going to be building these, so I still think it's a ways out. I bet we don't see Cybertruck until 2024. That's my estimation. The fact that I can't get a Model Y, which they've been building since 2020. I can't get my Model Y delivered, and, you know, I've had an order for almost 9 months, and it's been in place. Just because you have a reservation doesn't mean you have an order. So I'm excited that there's some good competition, and, like, you know, has this Hummer, Chevrolet's got a truck, Ford has the Lightning coming out, the Rivian truck. So there's a lot of cool electric off-road truck SUV versions that are coming out that are going to be great competitors to Tesla, and hopefully that spurs them to really kind of pick up the pace and, you know, really go above and beyond to deliver, because they're going to have to start competing. And it'll be interesting to see how they do compete now that there's going to be competition. And I think this Hummer is going to be a fantastic competition to Tesla. Even if it's, now the SUV, yeah, 300 miles of range, if you're going to tow something, it may not be the best tow vehicle, but as far as like around town, driving around an electric vehicle, a big off-road looking, really aggressive looking Hummer like that's electric, that's going to be awesome. I'm super excited about it, but it could be a while. If I get any updates along the way, I'll kind of keep the channel updated with videos about the Hummer as they become available, as there's news, as there's you know, things that happen with it. But guys, stay tuned to the channel. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below if you have any idea, if you have, you know, comments about the Cybertruck or the Rivian, or how this Hummer kind of compares. I'm interested to hear what your comments are on down below. Anyway, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.